Today on the channel, we continue to celebrate 50 years of Wolverine with the Wolverine Psylocke Marvel Legends 2-pack.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today we continue to celebrate 50 years of Wolverine with Psylocke and, of course, Wolverine. But for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, make sure you hit up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. And that's exactly what I did with this 2-pack right here, as we've had quite a few 2-packs celebrating the 50th anniversary of Wolverine. As you guys know, I'm here for it. Wolverine was my absolute favorite when I was a kid. Always loved Wolverine. Always loved getting Wolverine action figures. So they're playing a lot of hits for me here today. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, see what old Psylocke and Wolverine are up to. We'll go ladies first, as we usually do on the channel here. Wolverine down low. Of course, the character's there. If you run into them, maybe they'll sign the package for you. Marvel Legends looking good right there. Wolverine on one side. Psylocke on the other side looking good right there. And on the back, a little artwork there. Very cool Wolverine. Looks cooler in the animation than the figure, I do think. You got a little blurb there, and then, of course, a little comic, what it's based off of course, over in the corner. Let's see what it says about old Wolverine Psylocke. Wielding the 10 rings. Oh, my gosh, all those rings. And newly acquired ninja skills. Psylocke engages Wolverine in a telepathic battle for control. And I forgot all about the Mandarin being involved with the X-Men a little bit. I always think of him, of course, with Iron Man. But you got to watch out for those 10 rings, as we do know. But enter the Mandarin, I guess what we're going to do right here. With 50 years of Wolverine. Oh, it just seems like yesterday Wolverine came out. Or maybe I wasn't even close to being born yet. But one of those two things. One of those two things. Plastic prison. See you later. Goodbye. And then straight up plastic prison right there. We got tape. We got all kinds of stuff. Thankfully, no twist ties here today. Here, pull old Wolvie. Oh, yes, old Wolvie. Pull him out of the package there. Oh my gosh, some sticky tape. It very well could be Cambodian cannibal tape. I'm not sure. Somebody will have to fact check that. Might have to take that for a little scientific thing. We'll get old Mr. Wizard. We'll get Bill Nye the Science Guy. And of course, Beakman's World. We'll get old Beakman out there and his penguin friends, and they can dissect that if they need to. And we can find out where that tape came from. If it in fact did come from Cambodia. Come on, Psylocke. Let's get out of there. And come on, we're getting there. It is. All right. Oh, it's a painful experience. See you later. Goodbye. Like a frisbee right there. But let's get down to business, and we're gonna get down to female business first. We're gonna start off with old Psylocke here, and let's see what old Psylocke is up to. All the accessories with her, apparently. Good for her, I guess, what we'll say. 2 maniacal hands. She gives you one of these hands out of the package. And she's got the rings on there. She's got all 10 rings on the hands, so we're here for that, of course. We do get one of those little psychic daggers, psychic weapons. Very on point with Psylocke. Love the pink. Pink? Yeah, I guess it is pink. I was going to say pinkish purplish. It's more straight up pink right there. Looking good. And then we do get a little effect pieces on the side as well. It almost looks like some Kirby Crackle is what it looks like to me here, but we do get that off to the side. Looking good, all in yellow. Have we seen these before? I think these might be first time in the liners. But I don't remember seeing those in the past. But now we're getting out of Psylocke herself. I might say she could be the all-star of this 2-pack here. We've got a few Psylockes over the years. This is definitely a different interpretation. I think for most people, they don't think of this when they do think of Psylocke. At least I do not. But she's got that bright purple hair going on. She's got that big, I don't know, face crown, whatever you want to call it there in blue. She's got some purple lipsticks going on, a very determined, stoic face. And then over here, you get a possessed face. She's possessed. This is bad guy. She's turned naughty. That's what she's done. Got a little smiling going on, the whites in the eyes. Definitely looking intense over there. no doubt about it, but you get a little different, I guess it is the same hair design on both of them, so getting the most out of those hair molds, but a different face for sure. She is rocking the cape like a female version of Lando Calrissian, and I don't know if anybody could contain a female Lando Calrissian, but that's what she's got going on here. Nice whimsical cape there, all in blue. Matches the rest of her outfit, I guess we'll call it. She's got some high shoulder capage over here on the side. A power move like a young Todd McFarlane from the couch is what that reminds me of. She's got that silver armor throughout with a little black piping throughout as well. Blue boots and big high boots on her here all the way down to the knee pads there. And she's got a little protection skirt going on as well in blue. She's rocking the blue like nobody's ever rocked it before. Oh, man. Oh, man. But, of course, articulation. You got the arm. Goes around, but you're pretty much limited by this cape. This cape isn't doing any articulation favors, that is for sure. You get a bicep cut. Double-jointed pinless elbows. We're here for that. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop. A little bit of waist. Nah, no waist, just hula hoop up there at the top. Of course, head articulation, but you're pretty limited on the head articulation, too, with that whimsical hair, of course. Legs do go up. You do get a thigh cut. Double-jointed pinless knees, you know we're here for that. Ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. Pretty much usual articulation for Marvel Legends. I enjoy the pinless joints, but really does feel like a little bit of a waste of articulation here in a lot of ways. There's a lot of stuff getting in the way of the articulation. She does fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. Look at that. Fitting perfectly right there. Good for what it is. I would never call this great, and it is definitely not the most iconic Psylocke of all time. There's no doubt about it in my mind. It is not the case. It's a bit of a deep cut, but we're here for the Mandarin and his 10 rings, and I guess so is Psylocke, as she does come with them. Sculpted into her fist there, so there you go. So that's Psylocke. Now we turn our attention to my main event player, old Weapon X himself, old Wolverine. Two fists of fury for punches and bunches with Wolverine right here, so you do get that, and then of course you do get the claw hands here for Wolverine as well. I think we've seen this Wolverine body before. It looks okay, it gets the job done. Wolverine all over the place with his claws though. We've seen some really good claws, we've seen some really bad ones. These ones are kind of in the middle, I guess what we'll call this here. I like some of the thicker claws that we've been getting as of recent. This is kind of a step back in design. Is what it is, I guess. He just got a red belt and then a totally black jumpsuit. Not a lot going on with this Wolverine, in all honesty. Pretty plain Jane for the most part. But dare I say, an iconic suit nonetheless. Maybe it's because I'm a big Wolverine fan, but I do remember him in the all black. You remember him as Patch. You remember him, of course, the yellow and blue, and then the brown suit. He's had a lot of looks over the years. Weapon X, I mean, we've had a lot of different Wolverines. But this is iconic in its own way. However, really disappointed in the head sculpts on this one. I honestly would say two terrible Wolverine head sculpts. Two terrible ones right here. This one looking really weird. He's got kind of a grumpy face going on. You got the black hair with a little bit of blue highlights in it. You got the usual Wolverine hairdo with, of course, the big old sideburns that would make Mike Nesmith blush. That's what they would do. It does look good, but man, the face, I just not feeling the face at all in this one. Then the second head, you get the same hair going on. A little bit of differences right at the top. But this one looks like he's got a big old dip in. Like he's got a big old chaw. We've got her in there. He's like a young Stan Hansen ready to take on Lex Luger back in WCW back in the day. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of either of these heads. And we've got a lot of Wolverine heads. I'm not one for the mixing and matching and stuff, but I bet you could dig through your fodder bin of extra Wolverine heads and probably pull out a better head to use on this one. Maybe that's just me, but really disappointing in the head sculpt department for this one. I would have liked something different, like something with an open mouth, be it smiling or just screaming and yelling. Two heads that are so close together, it just feels like a waste. At least for me, from where I sit. As you guys know, right here at this very table, that's where I sit. Arms do go around on this one. You do get butterfly shoulders, which is nice. You can even hear them in there. Bicep cut, double-jointed pinless elbows, hands back, forth, side to side. Of course, fisted claw hands here looking good. He's ready to go. You do get those little gloves there. Those will come off when you change the hands, so be careful on that. Talked about the red belt as well. You do get waist articulation. You do get an ab crunch. You do get head all the way up and down, back and forth, the usual head articulation. Those big old Logan splits, all a gymnast in a prior life. Legs do go up. He can touch his toes if he needs to. Thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees. We're here for that at least. And then ankles back and forth, up and down, side to side. Usual articulation there. Does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And what do you know? He's ready to take his last stand like a young X-Men movie back in the day. That's what he's ready to go. But there it is, Psylocke and Wolverine. In all honesty, the most disappointing 2-pack from this Wolverine 2-pack series so far. Had some really good ones. This one, really not up to snuff. I could see this possibly being a future deal item, clearance item, whatever you want to call it. We'll see what happens there. But it is, once again, celebrating 50 years of Wolverine. So there it is, Psylocke, Wolverine. Any thoughts out there from you guys? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon, including early access to both YouTube channel videos. You get all the glamour shots, all kinds of stuff. Best of all, you do support the channel as a member of the Patreon. You can also support the channel at PreslingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Psylocke and Wolverine in 50 years of Wolverine, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.